Namaste. First of it here. I, JP and Dr. Chandrakala, Assistant Professor, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's class, we will be going to discuss about the bioremediation. Okay, from the session, from the subject environmental biotechnology. Okay. So when we talk about the bioremediation refers to the process of using microorganisms to remove the environmental pollutants and prevent pollution. Okay. So the process of using a microorganism to remove the environmental pollutants or prevent pollutions. Okay. The removal of organic waste by microbes or from the environment. Okay. Can be cleaned up by essential with the help of bioremediation. Okay, in other words, we can say it is a biotreatment or biorestoration. Okay, so xenobiotics broadly refer to the unnatural, foreign, and synthetic chemicals such as pesticide, herbicides, and other organic compounds. Okay, so the type of bioremediation here is biostimulation, bio. Augmentation, concentric bioremediations. Okay. So bioremediation is a triple corner process, like we can say pollutant, environment, and organisms are involved in it. Okay. So the pollutant like inorganic materials and organic materials like solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, pollutant. So environment, we can say that solid water and air in the environment, and microorganisms, plants, animals. Okay. So the redox cleanup of a reaction, if we see, the aerobic and anaerobic metabolism involves the oxidation and reduction. Okay. So we can call it as redox reaction for detoxification. Okay. So the oxygen could be reduced to water and oxidize the organic compound. Okay. So the anaerobic reaction can be used here. So in return, we can see that biomass is gained for bacterial or fungal growth. Okay. In many cases, the combination of efforts are needed for the indigenous microbes found in the nature in polluted sites are useful here. Okay. Use of bacteria in bioremediation generally affected by unstable climatic or environmental factors for moisture to the moisture or the temperature. We can see, for example, if we take the pH of a soil is slightly acidic. Okay. So here the degrading bacteria microbes used, thermophilic anaerobic microbes are being used. So the fertilizers are needed. Are needed for, and soil seedlings or augmentations could be useful too. Okay, if it is getting into a bioremediation process, the soil get the unwanted material get converted into the useful fertilizers or can be replaced by the plants. Okay. So this monooxygenase and dehydroxygenase to break down the organic matter, including the most of the toxic substances. Okay. So that when they can convert them into a utility part for the plant side or like converting into an eco-friendly material. Okay. Pseudomonas genetically engineered bacteria with plasmid producing enzymes to degrade the octane and many different organic compounds from crude oils. Okay. Like xenobiotics, mono or dichloroaromatic compounds, alkanes, chlorobenzene, trichlorobenzenes, dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. So many of the xenobiotic compounds are being many organisms are being engineered in a pseudomonas species which can degrade this compounds. Use of fungi in bioremediation, candida can degrade formaldehyde, okay? And gibberella can degrade cyanides, okay? So slurry phase of the bioremediation is useful too, but only in a small amount of contaminated soil. So white rot fungi is used, okay, to convert many of the organic pollutants which can be converted into a simple form. So environmental cleanup process here it is can be done like transportation of waste into in situ bioremediation, ex situ bioremediation. So in situ bioremediation here involves the approach of microbial degradation of xenobiotic at the site of polluted or soil or ground. Okay. So it has been successfully applied for cleaning up of oils, spills or bleachers, etc. There are like two types of in situs, we can say in-centric bioremediation or engineered bioremediation. Okay. So ex situ bioremediation here, the waste or the toxic material can be collected from the polluted site. And the bioremediation with the requesty of the microorganism can be carried out for designed place. Okay. So the metabolic effect of the microorganism or xenobiotic like detoxification, activation, degradation, conjugations. Here the different types of reactions in a bio remediations take place like aerobic bioremediation, anaerobic bioremediation or sequential bioremediation. Okay. So here the like petroleum and its products are uh, uh, of hydrocarbons, oils constitute the variety of hydrocarbons like uh, and the other pollutants can be degraded with the help of uh, macrobacterium, pseudomonas, okay, arthobacters, okay. So genetically engineered bacterial strains are used to enhance the bioremediation. Okay. So many scientists are working on these programs on for bioremediations. Okay. Like marine pollution, we can see the sewage from the cities, industrial effluents, oil slicks, or the pollution from the warships or military activities comes into the polluting the marine environments. Okay. So oil spills in 11 million gallons of oil spills from the super tank has been slipped out in the Alaska in 1989, which caused a lot of problem in the marine active organisms. Okay, straw was spread over the oil slicks, and the straw soaks the oil, and the bacteria broken down the oils into the non-polluting and harmful products. So it is like a lot of problem creating if it is getting into the environment. So it has to get remediated. So creation of like super bugs by transferring of the plasmids uh, or phytoremediation where the use of plants for accumulation and removal of the conversion of the pollutant like phytoremediation in which photostabilization or photovoltaization, photostimulation, photo extraction or phytotransformation. Many things are being done here. Okay. So like approximately 400 species of being classified as an hyper accumulator of heavy metals such as grasses, sunflower, corns, hemps, alfalfa, tobacco, Indian mustard, even waterhyanths, etc. They have the capability to hyperaccumulate the heavy metals. Okay. So root excludes like these plants plays an important role in phytoremediations and hold of the microorganisms like genetically engineered are used in this case of BT proteins or insect hormones or producing different types, reducing the effect of the pesticides. Like when we say talk about the phytoremediation, it is like cost effective or the low cost, environmental friendly, clean up the heavy metals and organic compounds, pollutants are being absorbed in the root and thus removes the thus the plant can remove and dispose or bury it or burned. Okay, sunflower plant can be used for removal of cesium and from ponds also for nuclear power plants. Many of the compounds are being used here. The transgenic plants or exogenous or a metal binding proteins are used for removal of the metals. Okay. So when we talk about the bioremediation here, metal bioremediation mechanisms like metal mobilization, complex formation like a bioaccumulation or bioadsorption or precipitation, okay, and solubilization or bioleaching. Okay, so when we talk about the sources of heavy metals in the environment, it is the mining activities which is done or the it comes with the river or the other industrial effluents or atmospheric deposition. When we say it is like through industrial automobile or fuel or the exhaust from or the fossil fuel or industrial from plastic textile microelectronics or some preservatives or refineries. Okay, agrochemicals like excessive use of fertilizers or pesticides or waste disposal like sewage sludge or ate up the land splice or the disposals. Okay, so biosurface surface affectant, it is like the chemical compounds classified as hydrophobic or hydrophilic can be used here. Okay, so industrial bioremediation here, the bioremediation of dyes, paper, pulps, or contaminated solid and waste. Okay, so in situ, remediation, bio converting or bioaccumulation, it is like relative passive naturally or like land forming or bioreactors can be used. Okay, so prevention, major actions of the pollution and the environment cleanup, so in clean technology or control of pollution on environmental education, environmental impact act. So many of the uh, policies are being going on in order to make the environment clean or clean development mechanisms are being taken care by the governments and for the national environmental policy under 2006. Okay, so here it is the need of like all India coordination project of on bioremediation and contamination sites are being taken by government of India. Land lab pilot or field projects are being going on in order to make the environment a better healthy environments. Field trials are being the environment of the departments. Okay. So it's like when we see the advantages of bioremediation, it is a natural process, and therefore, it can be easily be perceived by the public also, and it can be like a complete destruction of wild, wide variety of contaminants. We can destroy it. The possible of land to water or air completely destruction of the target pollutant. Okay, it can be a less expensive technology in future. Disadvantages, it is like uh, these compounds are limited compounds can be biodegradable and like it is like more persistent to the toxic or the parent compound, so we don't know what kind of secondary compounds or the compound it can turn into or what is the toxicity level of that particular compound. Since the biological processes are often being like highly specific microbial population and environmental growth condition also, and the appropriate level of the nutrient and the contaminants. Okay. So pilot scale studies are being operated in many of the parts. And bioremediation can often be a longer than other process of options because it takes a lot more time. Okay. Thank you. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any queries, please write down in the comment box. I will resolve it in the problem solving session. Okay. Thank you. Namaste.